Having been over 3 months since my last Henry Stickmin Easter egg video, I'd kind of forgotten just how many references are in these games. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at 50 Easter eggs, secrets and references in the completing the mission level. Now I can almost guarantee that I've missed a few Easter eggs here, and if you know the Easter eggs that I've missed, then leave them in the comments below and I'll include them in my video game Easter egg series. I'll try my best to keep things moving along quickly as we do have a lot to get through, so each Easter egg will be explained very briefly before moving on. Oh, and if you do go on to enjoy this video, then leaving a like, subscribing or turning notifications on is really appreciated. Also, be prepared for me to use the phrase "this will happen" an awful lot. Anyway, without further delay, let's get started. So first up, let's take a look at some of the Among Us references found in completing the mission. Throughout the game's many paths, you can spot the crewmates from Among Us, including one in the Top Hat stash, one in the security room, one sitting with members of the Top Hat clan, and one in the back of this truck. Also, if you choose the remote option whilst being held captive, this will happen. So Henry is ejected from the rocket in a scene taken directly from Among Us. Of course, the Henry Stickmin Collection and Among Us are both developed by Inner Sloth. When choosing how to reach the rocket, you can select Build. So this is of course a reference to another hugely popular game, Minecraft. Also, selecting the barrel option will cause this to happen. So that was a reference to the Donkey Kong series. Speaking of popular games, when choosing where to land, Ellie will say this.
Get any closer without getting shot down.
No worries, we can get there from here.
Where are we dropping, boys?
So, "where we dropping, boys" is a phrase uttered by fans of battle royale games all over the world. If you choose the jetpack option, Henry and Ellie will fly in, leaving a trail of smoke behind them, much like those seen in Apex Legends. Choosing the umbrella option will see Henry and Ellie float down using an umbrella, the preferred method of travel for Mary Poppins. After landing, this will happen.
Winch on the window of the control tower.
I'll take care of it.
Yeah, I was just about to close up.
So an enemy in the background builds a Fortnite-like tower and takes the pair out. Another multiplayer game reference can be seen when choosing the cluster charge.
This gadget will launch a cluster of bombs through the door.
So the cluster charge is a weapon used by Fuse in Rainbow Six Siege. Even the kill cam after using the charge is a reference to Siege's kill cam. When chasing the train with Ellie and Henry in a tank, if you choose the swords option, this will happen.
Betrayal. Lost the lead.
So that was a reference to the announcer from the Halo series.
Betrayal.
Speaking of the train, if you manage to derail it, you can choose to Fulton the loot to safety. The Fulton was a gadget featured in Metal Gear Solid 5 where you could use it to extract animals, objects or enemies back to your mother base. While from the topic of Metal Gear, completing the mission has tons of MGS references, the first of which is this.
Henry, really kept us waiting, huh?
So, "kept you waiting, huh?" is a phrase used throughout the Metal Gear series.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Of course, the codec call that follows is a reference to the codec calls seen in Metal Gear. If you choose the choke option when trying to get past the guard, this will happen. So the choke and the strange sound that followed are references to Snake's famous use of the same move in Metal Gear Solid. Henry's death screen is also a reference to the dramatic death screens found in the series. Oh, and if you choose the stealth option to bypass the guard, this will happen. So the sneak increased message is a reference to Skyrim. Another reference to Skyrim can be seen when aboard the rocket.
Rado.
So the shout was a reference to the Fusro Dar shout from Skyrim. In fact, it's the same shout, just in a different order. Oh, and don't forget the Among Us poster seen in the background too. Okay, let's take a brief rest from all of the video game references now, and believe me, there are plenty more to come, and take a look at some movie references. First up, if you choose the diversion dance, this will happen. So, ignoring Henry's slick moves for just 1 second, the dance that this guy's performing is a reference to this famous scene from Spider-Man 3. Speaking of Spider-Man, if you drop the hot knife and click the Butterfingers fail text, this will happen.
Hey, you feel that button there on your helmet? Go ahead and press that. It's a knife that's so hot it can cut through any material. You dropped it, didn't you?
But a pizza!
So those were all sound bites from the Spider-Man movies. Next up, if you choose to do nothing whilst trying to reach Ellie, this will happen.
What?
So the foul screen text is a reference to one of the outtakes from the awesome Jackie Chan movie Rush Hour 2.
Damn! He ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 3.
If you choose to throw the top hat henchman off the runway, this will happen.
No! He's killed him! Yo, we's needing like a new boss man.
So there's actually a couple of references here. First up, the kick and the foul screen text are references to 300 and this famous scene.
This is Sparta!
The other reference is the character who says that the Top Hats need a new boss man. This is a nod to the Sacha Baron Cohen character, Ali G. The final movie reference, well, that I've managed to find, is this. So along with the blue shell, a reference itself to Mario Kart, the fail screen text of "Dread it, run from it, the shell arrives all the same" is a reference to this scene from Avengers Infinity War.
Dread it, run from it, destiny arrives all the same.
Okay, back to the video game references now. When choosing to take down the helicopter, you can do this. So that was a reference to the VAT system found in the Fallout games and the fact that your character will still miss shots even if there is a 99% chance of hitting. Choosing the grappling hook option will cause this to happen. So grappling onto a helicopter is an often performed move in the Just Cause series. A little later on, if you choose the revolver, then this will happen.
It's high noon.
So that was a reference to Overwatch and McCree's Ultimate.
It's high noon.
Double kill.
Now, whilst on the topic of first-person shooters, let's cover some of the references towards the Call of Duty series. First up, when trying to enter the rocket, you can deflect a bullet back at the sniper, causing the Call of Duty hit marker to appear. Oh, and when you're on the train, if you pretend to be a coat rack, this will happen.
Whoa, check out this crazy coat rack. Oh, look at me, I'm a little hat holder person. Ooh, can I take your hat? Ooh, I wonder what's out the window. Oh, it broke.
So the foul screen text of "press F to pay respects" is a reference to Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. So the next few Easter eggs are all references to Nintendo games. First up, when escaping the top hat henchman, if you choose the position reflector, this will happen. So that was a reference to Super Smash Bros. Endgame screen. When battling the henchmen aboard the rocket, if you choose Harden, then this will happen. So the move Harden and the fail screen text of "it's not very effective" are references to the Pokemon games. Next up, Henry tries to use a leaf to transport the Top Hat clan's loot. The leaf in question is a reference to the leaves seen in Animal Crossing. If you choose the climb option to approach the Top Hat's rockets, then this will happen. So the stamina bar and food menu are references to the Eggcellent Zelda Breath of the Wild. When approaching the rocket in space, choosing the barrel roll option will cause this to happen. So that was a reference to Star Fox 64. The final Nintendo reference is the light gun, which when selected also references the classic Nintendo game Duck Hunt. Oh, and you may have noticed that in the same room as the light gun is Cloud's Buster Sword from Final Fantasy. Next up is a reference to one of video games' most famous moments. If you choose to join the caravan, this will happen. So the fail screen text of "all you had to do was follow the dang train, Henry" is a reference to this scene from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
All we had to do was follow the damn train, CJ.
So this next Easter egg references one of the first videos I ever watched online. Choosing the knife option will cause this to happen. So the fail screen text of "everyone knows you run faster with a knife" is a reference to this viral video.
You wanna go for a jog, man? We can go for a jog.
Okay, but what are you doing with a knife?
What do you mean? Run faster with a knife. Everyone runs faster with a knife.
Next up, when on the train, you can choose to blend in by sitting between two people, a reference to the Assassin's Creed series. The penultimate reference can be seen when trying to cross the gap with the grappling hook. So the fail screen text of "Henry will remember that" is a reference to Telltale's The Walking Dead series. The last reference can be seen when choosing the charge option.
Henry!
So Henry shouting his name and the fail screen text of "he just ran in" are references to this famous internet video.
And we usually do.
Alright, chums up.
Ready, guys?
Let's do this. Leroy Jenkins!
Oh my god, he just ran in. Save him! Oh geez, stick it clean.
So that's it. That's 50 Easter egg secrets and references found in the completing the mission level in the Henry Stickmin Collection. If you think you know of any Easter eggs that I've missed, then the best places to let me know are in the comments section or on my social media accounts, the links to which are in the description. Remember, if you are a fan of Easter egg secrets and tiny details in games, then perhaps consider subscribing, as that's what this channel is all about. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.